Welcome back to my channel where we focus on everything lifestyle, fashion, or beauty. If you don't know, I am Sierra Nikhil. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? Because subscribe to my channel. I'm on the road to 1K. So yeah, also leave a like in the comments, show your girl some love. And yeah, I've been doing a lot of reflecting, so I decided to do a video about some of the things that I've learned while being in my 20s. If you don't know, I am 23. I will be 24 this year, so I'm still like in my early 20s, but I have learned so much. My 20s have been so ghetto.
The ghetto!
Such a hot mess, so much learning, so much growing, so much healing, just a lot. For me, I always feel like your 20s, it's like the time for you to like find yourself, find out who you are. You go through so many like identity crises and everything like that. So I'm just gonna tell you guys some of the things that I've learned. You can drop in the comments if you agree, if you went through some of the same lessons. And yeah, so let's just jump right into the video. Okay, so one of the things that I will say is I remember like deciding to go on like my healing journey. And I feel like one of the things that I've learned is I felt like the healing journey was like something that was like romanticized. Like people made it seem like, you know, when you go on a healing journey, it's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful, it's so fun, it's so liberating. And I learned really, really fast that it is not this romanticized thing. Now, I'm not discouraging anybody from going on a healing journey and like getting to, you know yourself and uncover certain things about yourselves. But the truth about the healing journey is that it's very ugly. Like the beginning stages is very ugly. It's being in a room for a long time, crying, not wanting to come out the room. You know, it's finding out things about yourself that you might not necessarily like, you know what I'm saying? But you have to figure out how to like work through. It's finding out things about yourself that you need to work on and you need to change. It's a lot of energy. It's very draining. It is not this thing of just like poops and giggles, butterflies and rainbows and unicorns. Like it's a lot, but it is worth it. I think the end part of it, I was more so like, ooh, like being able to reflect and see like how far I've grown from it. That was fun. And that was like, I'm not like this no more. Like I really worked on that. I changed that about myself. Like that part is fun, but the actual work and the process, child, it's not. So like I've learned that like healing isn't pretty. It's really kind of like nothing to like romanticize and to be like, oh, like this is gonna be like, it's gonna be nice at the end, but baby, you gotta get through the storm first. For sure. And I'm just keeping it real with y'all because like I said, when I was first going on that, I didn't see a lot of people like being like, listen, it's gonna be a lot, you know. So that I encourage everybody to go on a healing journey though, because I feel like there's so many things that everybody needs to work on. There's so many issues that people may have that you might not even know you have, that going on that journey will like kind of help you, you know, bring out of you. I've learned so much stuff, y'all, and I'm so grateful because I feel like if you aren't learning, I feel like you're doing something wrong. That's how I feel. Like I feel like this life is meant to experience and to be learning and to like just getting the best out of the experience. I've learned a lot about myself in my 20s. I've learned that I had social anxiety and I've learned how to like work through that, and God has put me in situations that has gotten me through those things, and that has kind of like strengthened, you know, my talking skills and like my social interaction skills. I've learned how to truly just kind of like love and accept myself. I kind of always like just grew up like with a lot of doubt within myself, and I feel like I've learned how to just kind of like be fully confident in me and like who I am. I've also learned to just kind of like love me for who I am. I've always kind of struggled with that, and I kind of feel like that had a lot to do with me like growing up. But I felt like, for instance, like if you guys don't know by now by all my videos, I am really like a calm person. I'm not like the bubbly personality. I'm not like the, you know, that's just not me. Like, I'm super calm, I'm laid back, I can be goofy. My energy is just overall just like chill, like a vibe, you know. But I kind of struggled with that, kind of feeling like I wasn't enough. Like, I kind of had to have like this bubbly personality and be like this person who just takes over a room, when it's like in reality that's not me, and that's not gonna never be me, because it's just not who I was born as. So I've kind of learned to just like love myself and accept me for me, and not try to force me to be somebody that I'm not. Like, even with my YouTube, I used to struggle a lot. Like, I'm not like, you know, just over the top. And that's a lot of like what we see nowadays with the personalities of just being like over the top and loud, but that's just not me. So I had to kind of like sit myself down and be like, you know, you are gonna attract the people that are interested in who you are, for who you are, you know, not who you're trying to be or who you feel like you have to be, you know. So I've learned that, which I love, because it's nothing better than being you. I don't know if you guys are like that too, like if you have like a calmer, more calm personality, and you kind of feel like you have to like balance or battle between like, okay, being over the top and being calm. Baby, be yourself, okay? Because that's the only thing that you really can do. If y'all see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone. I have everything like in my notes, so I like to stay like organized when I'm doing my videos. But yeah, let's jump into the next one. I've learned how to like speak up for myself. One of the things that I've had like growing up, I didn't really know how to speak up for myself. I feel like another thing, because of how I was raised, it kind of taught me like not to speak up for myself. So I've learned how to speak up for myself, and it's a struggle doing that, because you go so long without like doing it. But I've learned, like, baby, if you don't stand up for you, who's gonna do it? Like, if you don't stand up and speak up for yourself, who's gonna do it? In your 20s, you learn like some of the hardest lessons, like that hurt you to the core. Like, the 20-somethings is ghetto. I don't know if it gets better the older you get, but baby, it is ghetto, okay? One of the things that I feel like I've learned, and I had to learn like the hard way, is that like everybody can't come with you. And me being the person that I am, like the loving, the big hearted person that I am, I want everybody to come with me. I want all my people to win. I want everybody to eat. I want everybody to, you know, just keep leveling up in life, whether that's, you know, mentally, physically, like whatever goal you want to achieve. Like, I want to be the person that's like helping you, you know, get to that. And it's like, everybody isn't going to be able to come with you, even if that's family, even if that's people that you've known for years, friends, whoever. Everybody isn't going to be able to come with you, and that's like one of the hardest things to like learn and like let go or like accept, you know. It's like, because you want your people around, like who don't want to get to where they're going and to have their people there with them, you know what I'm saying, to like support and like celebrate and to like, you know, put them into position. Like, it's difficult, it's really hard. I'm still like battling with that one just a little bit. I kind of am like past it, because it's like I'm kind of learning to just like live my life for me. And you know, it might sound a little bit selfish, but sometimes you got to put yourself first. So I've had to learn that like really bad. But one of the biggest things that I've learned in my 20s and that I am so grateful for is God. Like, I've learned the ways of God. Like, I've learned the ways of Jesus himself. I've learned how he works, how he moves, how he operates. When he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. When he says he don't break not one promise, he's going to come through. Like, I've literally learned, and I've learned how to see like when God is at work and when he's moving. Like, I've learned to have a relationship with him. Like, that is one of my biggest blessings and lessons of being in my 20s, is having a strong relationship with him. It has been so amazing. Like, I've seen God do beautiful things. Like, I don't see how some people don't believe in just something, because it's like, or him, God himself, because it's like he is so real. God will show you how real he is. He will show you who he is. Ask and you shall receive. He will show you who he is. Like, I've seen it, and it's something that I am like just so grateful for. So grateful to have experienced. So grateful to know what side I'm on. So grateful to just, I don't know, I'm just grateful for that. That has been, I have so many stories that I want to share, but I don't feel called to right now. But when it is time, I will definitely let y'all know like some of my stories. where I've seen God and God has shown up in my life, and he has showed like certain things that he has done for me that I'm just like, there's not a question. Like, you can't, even when he reveals himself or whatever the situation is, you're gonna know. Like, you're going to immediately know, like, that's God. Like, it's so beautiful. I'm so grateful for that. Like, I'm so grateful for that. And I never really, like, growing up had like a strong relationship with God. Like, I believe in something. I pray. My mom had a phase where we would like have to go to church every Sunday, but it never was like something like heavy where I seen like, my mama praying and I seen like any of those things. Like, I've never seen that like strong, like, just relationship with him. Like, even if it's not going to church every Sunday, like just seeing, you know how like in some households you'll see your parents like praying, or you'll see like how God is showing up for you and your family. Like, I've never really like seen it and was able to connect it to God. But as I got older, I've been able to like experience things and go to God for certain things and then see certain things happen. And it's just like, it's so powerful, y'all. It's so beautiful. I'm so grateful for that. And to tap into that, I feel like, one of the things that I was going through recently was I was struggling, and I kind of had like a block, and I kind of asked God to just kind of like reveal to me, like, how can I remove that? Like, what is it? Like, something is just like, I need clarity. Like, I just need clarity. And he kind of revealed to me that I struggle with like vulnerability. And, as he revealed that, I started to like think back and like break it down and understand. And I'm like, wait, you do struggle with that a lot, and that holds you back in a lot of situations. And, I feel like the reason why I struggle with it is because I grew up with like a single mom, and my family is really like not really affectionate. Not really the family where it's like, oh, we just fluently give hugs, give kisses, like do anything like that, like cry. Like, I've never seen my mom cry for real. I never seen a lot of people in my family like show emotion or be vulnerable for real. So it was like, I kind of just grew up like taking that on, like feeling like, you don't tell nobody how you feel. You don't be vulnerable. You don't cry. I kind of grew up like with it being as a weakness. And as I kind of got into my relationship and I got older, I started to realize like it was a struggle for me to kind of be vulnerable in certain situations, or to even just say how I feel or express my feelings in certain situations, because I didn't want to be looked at a certain type of way, or I didn't want to be judged, or it just made me feel so weak. And I'm starting to learn that it's okay to be vulnerable. Like, vulnerability isn't a weakness, it's a superpower, it's a strength. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel angry. And it's okay to express that. You don't have to walk around holding all of these emotions in. That doesn't make you a tough person. That don't make you strong. That make you weak. And I've been learning that, and it also has been like just helping me with just a lot of situations. Like, vulnerability is so important. It's just also just helping me like validate how I feel, and knowing like for me, like it's okay to feel too, That's something that I've learned, and it's like, it's so much, y'all. Like, it is so much. Like, I don't know. I'm also like even tying into like just God, like it's so hard. Some of these things that I'm speaking on are like so hard to actively do, and it's like as I'm speaking on them, I'm actively learning how to. I learned a piece of them, but some of them I'm still like learning how to do, because so everything isn't going to be like immediate where it's like, okay, I have this down pat, but it's like I'm understanding that this is something that I need to learn. So if you don't know, I grew up with like a single mom, and typical black mom, single mom story. She worked a lot to just take care of me and my sister. And growing up, I kind of figured out, like, since my mom, like, she always worked so hard, she didn't need nobody, she was like the independent, strong black woman. I kind of like took that on. So I kind of felt like, okay, if I want something, my mindset became like, if I want something, I have to work my ass off for it. Like, I have to work hard, I gotta put the work in, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And that may be true, because you can't do nothing without work, but I think that what I'm learning is that I don't have to overwork myself for blessings. I don't have to kill myself to get the things that I want. I can have a healthy relationship with myself and my goals and the things that I want. And I never had that. Like, it was always like, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna grind, because that's all that's all I literally seen growing up. So I'm just going off of that. Like that's my mindset. I gotta do it. And getting older and being in my 20s and having a relationship with God and seeing how God works. And my girlfriend also was a great influence on this, is you don't have to do all the work when you are walking with God. You know, it's like you have to put work in, don't get me wrong, but God will tell you when to sit down. God will tell you when to rest so he can carry out the rest of what he has called you to do. God don't want you to work hard. He don't really want you to work hard. Like, he don't want you to work. And when I say work hard, he don't want you to overwork yourself. You know what I'm saying? He don't want you to burn yourself out. He don't want you to be like, that's the last thing that he wants from you. He just wants it to be like you doing all that you can. And once you do that, I got the rest. I want you to sit back and see me work now and see who I am and what I can do for you. You know, it's like I'm learning that, and that has been the hardest thing, because when you grow up a certain type of way, when you grow up just like, this is me, like I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler. What's up? What I gotta do? I'm here from this time to this time. Like, I literally, whatever I needed to get myself through school, I'm working 2 to 11 every day of the week to pay that, to start my business, to do this and that. Like, I'm gonna do it, like whatever it is. And to come from that mindset your whole life and see that your whole life and kind of have to like adjust to something different, it is so difficult, y'all. It is so difficult. I struggle with this so much, because a part of me just be like, you ain't working hard enough, you gotta cry. And it's like, okay, it's kind of hard sometimes to know, like, okay, this is, I can sit back, God, or, you know, okay, I'm doing enough, I'm overworking, I'm this and that. Like, it's kind of hard to have the balance, but I'm learning to, even when I don't, like, God, please let me know. Am I doing too much? Am I doing enough? Give me clarity. Like, I need to know. What do I need to be doing more? What is it? So it has been so hard. Like, that's like one of my biggest things that I've struggled with, is that, like, knowing when to sit back and let God work, and knowing when to get in the field. So I think that also ties into like me learning to live a softer life. You know, I feel like when you, and it's such a struggle, y'all, when you grow up a certain type of way your entire life and you see only one thing your entire life, it's so hard to be like, okay, that was not the right way, or that wasn't the most effective way. This is what you need to be doing. This is how you need to be doing it, X, Y, and Z. So it's like, for me, it's like I'm kind of in an era where I realize as Black women, we go through feeling like we have to be strong, independent Black women. We don't need nobody. We can do this, we can do that, and that's cool. That's fun and dandy. But one thing that I noticed is there's nothing wrong with living a soft life. There's nothing wrong with needing people. It's nothing wrong with because I feel like that's all of us. I feel like we had that put on us because we had to be strong. We had to not need nobody, because 9 times out of 10, we didn't have anybody, you know? So we had to, I got me, I'm gonna take care of me, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this and that. And it's like, I am learning to be okay with living a soft life. If I need help, hey, can you do this? Because I can't, I'm tired. If, you know, I'm not trying to overwork myself, because I don't have to do that. I'm not trying to kill myself for a goal. I'm not trying to kill myself for anything. I'm just moving as I'm being called to move. And that is solely what I'm doing, you know? So also learning to like kind of have a soft life, like in the same sense, like, ooh, what they say, I'm not a strong, independent Black nothing, okay? I am tired. Like, I am tired. I have been working since I was 16. Like, literally, I got my first job at 16. I begged my mom to get a job at 16. Got my first job. Would be there like night and day. I literally became a manager at that job at 17 years old. Literally, a manager at 17 years old. And from there on, never stopped working. Like, never stopped. After that, worked at Target. After that, started my own business. And that's where you really work and bust your ass day in and day out. So it's like, for me, it's like I'm really coming to terms with a lot of things and learning, like, a lot of the things that I thought weren't okay, like, are okay. Like, they're pretty cool. Like, they're pretty cool. Like, I'm honestly learning to just like let things flow, and to let God, like, God gonna handle it. Like, that's really what I'm learning to do. But that's pretty much it for this video. I don't want it to be super long. I wanted to just share a few things with you guys. If you guys want a part 2, you can drop in the comments. I will do a part 2, because this is not half of the things that I've learned. This is only just a little bit of the things that I've written down to just share with you guys within the moment. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys can drop some things in the comments that you've learned in your 20s, that you've experienced while being in your 20s, because I'm praying for all of us, okay? And yeah, I love y'all, and I will see y'all next video.